This is chapter 1 of this book. Robert Langdon woke up slowly. A telephone was ringing in the dark. The sound was thin and strange. He tried to find the lamp and turned it on. When he looked around, he saw a fancy bedroom with old style furniture and a big four posted bed. Where am I? He wondered. He saw a robe on the bedpost. It had the words Hotel Ritz Paris on it. Robert started to wake up more. He picked up the phone and said, "Hello, Monsieur Langdon?" A man said. "I hope I didn't wake you." Robert looked at the clock. It was 12:32 at night. He had slept only 1 hour and felt very tired. The man on the phone said, "I am the hotel worker. I am sorry to disturb you, but someone is here to see you. He says it is very important." Robert was confused. A visitor? He looked at a crumped paper on his bedside table. At the bottom of the page it said, "The American University of Paris." Langdon felt tired and unhappy. He had given a talk tonight about old symbols in a church, and some people didn't like it. So he thought someone who was angry might have followed him to the hotel. "I am sorry," Langdon said, "but I am very tired." "Sir, please," the hotel man whispered. "Your visitor is very important." Langdon knew why people wanted to meet him. He wrote books about old symbols and pictures. Many people in the art world knew him. Last year, even more people learned about him because of a big news story about the Vatican. Since then, many people kept coming to see him. Langdon tried to be polite. "If you can, please take the man's name and number. Tell him I will try to call him before I leave Paris on Tuesday. Thank you," he said. Then he put down the phone before the hotel man could say anything. Langdon sat up in bed and looked at a hotel booklet on his table. The cover said, "Sleep like a baby in the city of flights. Slumber at the Paris Ritz." He slowly got out of bed and looked at himself in the tall mirror. He looked like a stranger, messy and very tired. "You need a vacation, Robert," he thought. The last year had been very hard for him. He could see the tiredness on his face. His blue eyes looked dull instead of bright. His jaw had dark stubble, and his chin had dimples. He even saw some grey hair near his temples. Langdon's hair was starting to turn a little grey, even though other people said it looked nice, but Langdon knew he looked tired. If only the magazine could see me now, he thought. Last month, a magazine called Boston Magazine put Langdon's picture in a list of top 10 interesting people. Langdon felt shy about this. His co workers at Harvard teased him a lot about it. Even now, far away from home, the magazine story still made him feel embarrassed. At the event tonight, the hostess stood on the stage and said to the audience, "Ladies and gentlemen, our guest tonight needs no introduction. He has written many famous books about symbols. Many of you use his books in your classes." People in the crowd nodded happily. "I was going to tell you all about his achievements," the hostess said, smiling at Langdon. "But someone in the audience has given me something even more interesting." She held up a copy of Boston Magazine. Langdon felt scared. How did she get that? He thought. The hostess started reading funny parts of the magazine article. Langdon felt himself sliding down in his chair, wishing he could hide. People began to laugh, and the hostess kept going. "And Mr. Langdon's choice not to speak about his unusual role in last year's Vatican event," she continued, "has only made people more curious about him." The crowd kept laughing and listening. The hostess asked the audience, "Would you like to hear more?" The crowd clapped loudly. Langdon felt worried. "Please stop reading," he thought. She read more from the magazine. Professor Langdon may not look like a young movie star, but he is still very interesting. He has a special charm. His deep voice is very nice to hear. Some students even said it sounds like chocolate for the ears. Everyone in the room started laughing. Langdon tried to smile, but he felt awkward. He knew the next lines in the article would be even more embarrassing. He had hoped she wouldn't read this part, but now he felt he had to stop her. "Thank you, Monique," Langdon said quickly. He stood up and gently moved the hostess away from the microphone. "Boston Magazine is very good at making up stories," he said. He looked at the audience and sighed. "And if I find out which one of you gave them this article, I will send you back home," he joked. The crowd laughed again. "Well, everyone," Langdon said, "I am here tonight to talk about the power of symbols." Just then, his hotel phone rang in his room, far away. Langdon groaned. "Not again." He answered, "Yes." It was the hotel worker. "Mr. Langdon, I am sorry to disturb you again. Your visitor is now on his way to your room. I thought I should tell you." Langdon was now fully awake. "You sent someone to my room?" he asked. "I am sorry, but this man is very important. I couldn't stop him," the hotel worker said. "Who is he?" Langdon asked. But the hotel worker had already hung up. Ring right away, someone knocked on Langdon's door very hard. Langdon slowly got out of bed. His feet felt the soft carpet. He put on his hotel robe and walked to the door. "Who is it?" he called. "Mr. Langdon, I need to talk to you," a man said. His voice was strong and serious, and he spoke English with an accent. "My name is Lieutenant Jerome Collett. I am from the Judicial Police." Langdon stopped. The Judicial Police? He knew this group was like the FBI in the United States. Langdon kept the safety chain on the door but opened it a little. The man outside looked tired and very thin. He wore a neat blue uniform. "May I come in?" the officer asked. Langdon felt nervous. The man's pale face watched him closely. "What is going on?" Langdon asked. "My captain needs your help," the man said. "It is a private and serious matter." "Right now?" Langdon said. "But it's after midnight." "Were you supposed to meet the Louvre Museum's curator tonight?" the officer asked. Langdon suddenly felt worried. Yes, he had planned to meet the curator, Jack Sonner, after his lecture, but Sonner never came. "Yes, how did you know that?" Langdon asked. "We found your name written in his daily planner," the officer said. "I hope nothing is wrong," Langdon said. The police officer sighed and pushed a photo through the small opening in the door. Langdon looked at the picture and his whole body froze. "This picture was taken less than 1 hour ago," the officer said, "inside the Louvre Museum." Langdon stared at the strange and scary photo. First, he felt sick, then suddenly angry. Who could do something like this? He thought. "We hoped you might help us," the officer said. "You know about symbols and you were supposed to meet the curator." Langdon kept staring at the picture. He felt even more afraid now. The picture was horrible. It also felt strangely familiar. More than a year ago, someone had sent him a picture of a dead body asking for help. A day later, he had almost died in Vatican City. This new photo was different, but something about it felt the same, and that scared him. The officer checked his watch. "My captain is waiting," he said. Langdon hardly heard him. His eyes were glued to the picture. "This symbol here," Langdon said quietly, "and the way the body is so strangely placed." the officer said. Langdon nodded. He felt a chill. I can't imagine who would do this, he whispered. The officer looked serious. Mr. Langdon, you don't understand, he said. The man in the photo, he did this to himself. He paused. Jack Sonner, the curator, arranged his own body this way. So that's it for chapter 1. We will meet you in the second video in chapter 2. Thanks, guys.